Hello people of the internet, my name is xKANAL and this is going to be my replay analysis of Sexy Bamboe in the 4 Clovers and Leprechauns up against Alliance in the Elimination Mode tournament. Obviously of Sanking. Let me just grab him right now. Now, first thing I want to note is Alliance's draft. They've got effectively 5 heroes who are ranged with the Drow aura. So whoever's he's going to be up against in lane is going to be a hell of a time to be a Sanking. So he's going to be playing the 3 position off lane here, not the 4 farming support like I recommend in my guide. This is mainly because it's a lot harder for you to stack camps, and that's how you get effectiveness out of Sanking, is by stacking camps and farming them with your Sandstorm. He does get support stacking from in the jungle, which is great, and that is how you get your fast blink dagger and how Sanking works well as a hero. Now, just gonna skip forward. Let me just see here on my notes. Okay, let's jump forward to about. Hopefully this doesn't glitch out. Oh, we did miss the first blood. Okay. Obviously, Sanking gets first blooded here, and it's just because he can't trade with this Bane. This Bane hits so hard. Like, even he's got the creep wave behind him. He thinks he can trade hits with him, but look how hard he hits as a Sanking. You can't hit hard for shit, basically. So it does die, and that's fine. It works out for him in the end. But as you can see, it is very hard for him to stay in lane. He's got it to level 2, but Bane is not letting him get much else, really. He's struggling here. So what he does do is that he rotates into mid. He goes through to mid lane, and he saps his level 3, because like I said, like a stuck freaking record, the level 3 is so important on Sanking. Just wait for him to get us. There we go, level 3. Now what he does here is that I'm just going to go into free. What he does here is that he comes through, he stacks his camp, farms it, runs with his boots that he's got enough movement speed to run through to this next big camp, stack that and farm it, right? Then he goes through to this medium camp and farms that as well. Then he tries to set up a kill bottom. As I will show you, skip forward a bit. Yeah, right here. See, he's running forward. He gets the stun on the Nature's Prophet instantly into an epicenter, but the Witch Doctor just cancels pretty much any aggression out of them. So that sucks, but it is a rotation he made because of the way he was farming the jungle. Now, I want to make this clear because when AUI was playing Sanking in their game, he was forcing quite a lot of rotation, or he's trying to force a lot of ganks. And the way to play this game a lot of the time and being effective with it is being efficient in your movements, and he was very efficient. He went through the jungle and farmed all the big camps, got his levels, and then when there was nothing left to really farm efficiently, he came in for a gank. It failed or whatever, it isn't that much of a waste of his time. He didn't commit too much to the gank, so it works out. Okay. Now, he ends up getting an 8-minute blink dagger, which is the time that you want it. That is pretty normal. Now, skip forward to about 15. So I'm just going to keep it on him. Now, what I would do if I was Sanking, Anti-Mage is farming the top lane here. And he's pushing it out. As you can see, the Nature's Prophet rotates in. This is where he could have been with the Anti-Mage and set up a kill for the net against the Nature's Prophet. But with communication within the team, what Sexy Bamboe does is he spots that the Dragon Knight that looks funny. He spots the Dragon Knight is has got 0 charges in his bottle. He wants to fill it up at the rune, coming up to 10 minutes. So he tells him to force a fight. So he runs over with his ultimate, We have a Naga Siren as well. Forces out the fight. And Sexy Bamboe comes in. And sets up the Dream Epicenter. How about that? Now, something I want to note here. Right, as he's running in, they don't have vision on him because the creeps aren't on the high ground, and they don't have a ward. Now, if they had a ward there, they have one of the global counters to Sand King, which is Nature's Prophet, who cancels his blink. Bulldog does cast his ultimate, as you obviously just saw in the fight before, but he does it too late, and they didn't have vision on him, so his blink didn't get cancelled. There was a chance that could have happened though, so. So good. Now, jump to player perspective. Now, what does happen now is he's rich, right? Buys arcane boots, fills up, and Alliance realized that he would still be going back to base, right? So even though they took down this tower, they're forced to fight on them here. Now, Bamboe realizes this and he starts TPing straight away, even though he's at a low mana pool still. They do kill off 2 people, but he gets a 3-man stun and kills off the Witch Doctor. Now he sees the Bane's low, he blinks back off cooldown, he's got a stun, blink in, easy kill. And he just backs off again. Backs off, blinks on cooldown, stuns on cooldown. Wait for all your shit to come back online. Go in for the kill from the drow. Kill her off, sweet. Now, something I will say here, if he had gone the Tranquil Soul Ring build, he would have been regening this whole time. He would have still had enough mana, and he would have been a lot healthier for this fight here that's coming up. But watch what he does. He hides in the shadows. They don't know where he's coming from. And he blinks in and gets the double stun. He does get revealed by Dust, but then he gets saved by an amazing Dazzle player. So it does really well work out for them. And then this puts their team in a huge advantage now. It's just what Sand King does, man. Sand King things. Now, he has got a high enough mana pool that if he had Tranquil Soul Ring, he could have stayed on the map. He could have farmed the jungle more. I mean, I don't know where Razor's going, but he could have stayed on the map. And that's the key thing about my build, is that you stay on the map constantly, man. It's like, you forget about the reason what makes heroes good was when they can constantly apply pressure and be efficient with their farming on the map. Anyway. So, I'm going to skip forward to solo kill. Yeah, over here. 1346. Now, what he does is that he notices that the drow was top, right? He goes there. He heads there and waits for her to turn up again. And then he gets a solo kill on her. And what this does is it translates into a push top. Look at that. Easy kill. Easy money. Now, this translates into a push top. And that is the key thing about it, is that you can't be afraid to use your ultimate to push towers like that. He does it a few times in this game. And it's just important. Especially when you're ahead. Now, Alliance realize this. They're like, well, fuck, we're gonna lose this tower anyway, so let's go for Roshan. Come on, man. Why does it do that? At first I think they're ganking the Sand King, but they weren't. They were going for Roshan. So they smoke up and they TP down here. Now I'm just going to go into free camera. See, they're taking Roshan. Now they reveal it with the Dazzle ult, and Sand King is a little far back, but he blinks in and he gets a big stun. 3-man stun. He's instantly silenced though, so he can't get off the Sandstorm, but with an amazing Dazzle player again saving him, he's able to stay alive in the fight. And then that's pretty much the game right there. There's not a lot much else that Alliance could have done. They do set up a solo kill. Yeah, on Drow here. With the epicenter. Secure the kill. Guarantee the kill. And then that sets up for your push. That sets up for the push here, to here, to here. Now, it is down for 2 minutes, but if we skip forward 2 minutes... Oh, it's nearly off cooldown. They're just sort of waiting it out. Waiting out his ultimate. Just tickle the base. Tickle it. Just tickle it. And then they wait for the Naga to no longer be silenced, and then they go in with the song. And it sets up... Look at that. Look at that. Beautiful stun. Sets up the epicenter perfectly. And then that pretty much secures in the game. There's not a lot else the team could have done there. And they pretty much win the game. I'm just going to let this play out. But when you're in fights like this and your key combo is down, you want to back out and stun when your stun's off cooldown. Blink when your blink's off cooldown. And just constantly be setting up kills. Look at that team wipe. Nearly a rampage for Weehar, but... So that's the game, guys. A lot shorter than my last video, but it's pretty straightforward. They kind of just snowballed and won the game, but those are the key things, is that when you're playing as a Sand King, you have to play greedy. He's a greedy hero, and obviously, if you don't play him greedy, then you don't get his full effectiveness out of him. And what he does is he plays greedily on the map in the early game for the first 8 minutes. Then after that, you're online, you're setting up kills, and you're killing people. That's what you do as a Sand King. You're creating space from then onwards. That's how you work as a support, in a way that you take from the team in the early game, but then you give them so much more later on. And that's what AUI didn't do as well. He just didn't... He was too selfless in the early game. You need to be selfish in the early game. You need to get those stacks and you need to farm. Your farm is super important for the first 8 minutes. But anyway, that's my replay analysis of Sexy Bamboe playing Sand King. It's kind of a mix between... I think the Yules would have been better, honestly, but 4 stuff sort of worked out. In competitive games, it's less about yourself and more about your team. So that's where 4 stuff is better, but it's kind of personal preference. That's the build though. That's my build. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. I've got another video coming out in the next few days on item builds and how they are so important. I've got a great game to show you guys. So I look forward to seeing it then. Alright, cheers. Catch you later.